Good morning. Now, most of you who follow my channel will know by now that I've made a couple of videos talking about the problems of buying backwards compatible games on the Xbox One using gift cards or Microsoft currency. And what I'm talking about are 360 games and original Xbox games. And what happens is, if, say, like me, you've got a kid and a family member buys a gift card for them, if they then go in and enter the code and load up the Microsoft currency, and then they go in to buy a 360 game, for instance, say, I don't know, Burnout. My lad likes Burnout. If he then goes in to try and buy Burnout, he won't be able to buy it because it's a backwards compatible game and you can't buy those with currency. You have to have a credit card or credit card details entered. Now, obviously, that's a big problem for kids. Most of them aren't going to have credit cards and most of them will buy their games using gift cards. So it's been an ongoing issue since, well, I made my first video in September 2016, and then I made a follow-up video the following year in April 2017, in which I said, I'm sick of it. And I've had people commenting subsequently and asking why they can't buy the game they want with a gift card. And yeah, it's been a real problem. And as little as 2 weeks ago, I was saying I don't think it's going to get solved. I don't think it'll even be sorted for the next generation. So if you wanted to buy a 360 game on the Xbox One X and you had a gift card, you'd still have the same problem. But I'm pleased to say I was completely wrong on that, and Microsoft are sorting it out. In fact, it's mostly sorted out already. And thanks to a commentator, Smug Pug, on one of my previous videos, who pointed this out to me. And I since went in and had a look at it, and it is the case. This has been pretty much sorted out. There are some caveats, and I'll go into those in a minute. But it is pretty much sorted. Now, I actually think this is because Microsoft are overhauling their store. And as we're speaking, as I'm recording this, Microsoft are rolling out their brand new store with a completely different look and feel to Xbox insiders. And I should be getting that on one of my consoles in the next day or so. Obviously, I don't want it on here because I want to show you how it currently is. But then that will be rolled out to everyone around about October time. And from all accounts, it does look very clean and slick and it does work very well. But it also looks like it is going to incorporate this ability to buy backwards compatible games with gift cards and Microsoft currency. Finally. Finally. But anyway, let's just go into the store and show you what I mean and show you what's changed. So if we go in, and what I'll do is first off, I'll show you what it's like when you go in and buy an Xbox One game. Now, obviously, you guys know how to do that, but this is just for context. So I'm loading up Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Don't know why, but it'll do. Got a free trial. But if you look here, it says buy, and usually you'd see buy at the top, but it says buy. So if you then click on buy, it loads up and it takes you into the option to buy, and you can change your payment options as well. So as you can see there, I've got various different payment options, and one of the options is redeem a gift card. And so you can go in and you can redeem a gift card to use with an Xbox One game. But it used to be that you couldn't do that with backwards compatible games. And I'll show you what I mean, because there are still some that don't work. So let's go into backwards compatible games. And there's not many that don't work now, as far as I can tell. And Smug Pug said the same thing, that most of them seem to be working now. But if I go down to the bottom, I did discover one right at the bottom. Why is that not going to the bottom? There you go. Right at the bottom now. Grabbed by the Ghoulies. If I click on that one, that'll load up. But what you'll see is it says see the price. Now, that's how it used to be. And if you go in to see the price, eventually it will load up. And then you'll see this. And there is no option to use a different payment method. You basically have to have a credit card. And that's how it used to be with all backwards compatible games. However, if I go out of Grab by the Ghoulies and I go across to Blood Rain, Now I believe Blood Rain is set up with the new payment method. And there you go. It looks just like an Xbox One game. So if I click on buy, and again, it shows me the payment method exactly as it did with the Xbox One game. And again, you can go into change. And it loads up the various payment options, one of which is redeem a gift card. So now we have the option to use gift cards to buy backwards compatible games, which is great. And it's only taken them, what, 4 years, 5 years to sort this out. But yeah, it's, oh, that one's free, so no point showing that one. But yeah, it is working now. If you go into, oh, Ghost Recon, a good one. Oh, that one I've got already. Let's see if I can find one I haven't got. There you go. The original Ghost. Well, not the original. The originals were on the original Xbox. But you've got the option to buy there as well. And if you go through most of these, you'll find that most of these have the option to buy in the same way as they do with an Xbox One game. And that's great. And finally, after all these years, Microsoft seem to be sorting it out. And hopefully, you can see most of this hasn't loaded up. Hopefully, with this new store coming as well, it'll all run a bit smoother as well. We can only hope. But they are saying it's a lot slicker and a lot faster. So if they're to be believed, things are looking up. The store will be faster, slicker, better to use, more fun. Gives you more options as well. And we'll talk about them when it finally drops and I can have a look at it properly. But for now, we can actually go in and buy our games using gift cards. Thank you, Microsoft. Only took you a few years. Maybe the guys working on this were asleep in the back. But for now, I'm happy. I'm glad this is working for most games. And yeah, I hope you are too. I'm going to go and grab myself a cup of tea. And I'll speak to you guys in the next one. Bye.